What's up?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Hanging in there. Been staring at this computer all day, except for I had to drive out a little bit to go get some chicken wings.
I try not to stare at the computer all day. It's bad for you. Even though I find myself staring at it a lot longer than I should.
You know, it's really, to be honest with you, I did a few things this morning, and then I basically been in front of the computer. And next thing I knew, my daughter does homeschool over here, and she also was done running around. I'm like, "You off of school?" She goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Holy shit, what time is it?" I'm like, "Wow, the time has just flew past today."
How are they doing in the homeschool?
She's doing real well. We're gonna hope to get her back into live school next year, but we'll take it as it comes.
I don't think my daughter's going back to live school.
No,
she likes it. She's probably just gonna stay. She's old enough. She's teaching herself, so it's whatever at this point. She's old enough. She's doing it on her own. It's whatever. She wants to stay doing it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that works.
So how you doing?
Hey, not bad. You have a good week this week with any ECC luck?
I didn't go after any. I went after zero. I wasn't even joking. Look, zero. I didn't go to any stores. I didn't do any shopping. I didn't get on their webpage, which was weak. It was weak, and I meant to upload something on here, and I should have. So I have some issues with that whole scenario, and I was going to go on their site and look for some stuff because they announced that everything that was in the lottery was going to be up for sale at 6 a.m. PS, whatever it is, the PS, whatever it is. So wherever part of the world that they're in, so they announced, which was going to be 9 a.m. our time. When you went on there at 9 a.m., they lied, and it's on their Instagram. And I had the video, and I meant to upload it on here and then post it on here. So they on their Instagram said that everything that was in the lottery was going to be on there at 6, whatever their time is. It's 9 a.m. our time. It was going to be on there, and that was a bold-faced lie. That was a bold-faced lie. They had maybe 6 or 7 little items on there that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted those items. The only reason they sold out of them is because people were upset because they didn't get anything else. I'm still going to call it trash. Chase, I seen that you got the cheese slice. Congratulations, brother. The cheese slice. Check this out before you go any further. Check out what I found. Does anybody know what this is?
A bright light?
That is a bright light. It's an old bright light. All right, go ahead.
Why I knew that right off the top of my head without even thinking, I have no idea.
It's an old one too. That's an old one. Ain't got them LED.
Yeah, there's some new ones out. I think my daughter was playing one with someone, and I'm like, "What is that?" She goes, "A bright light." I'm like, "That ain't a bright light. We had the old bulb in the back."
Yeah, look at the bulb back there. I'm gonna put like WayneKo or something in it and put it somewhere. See how thick it is. Definitely gonna do it.
Oh man, yeah. So it's been an interesting week. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't look for anything. The only thing I think I probably grabbed, only because I remembered it, and then Chase reminded me, was I knew I wanted the what do I want? Oh, I wanted the twins from Amazon, and right. So I did grab those.
Yeah,
I get good luck with Amazon. My delivery drivers don't play rugby with my packages.
It's not even my delivery drivers. So it goes all the way back to the distribution center. So whatever the distribution center is that's right here locally, they put, like, if I bought this pop, they would put it in a box this big, right? And then they wouldn't put any cushion around it. And then they'd play rugby or football with it from there to all the way to here. So by the time they got here, it would just be a circle. It wouldn't even be a box anymore. It would just be a circle. So the only time I order stuff from Amazon is when I just don't care about the box. ABN, thank you, brother. We truly appreciate it.
I might actually have to run over and get it. After we do the chat shout out, I want to do something that a good friend of ours in the chat, a good friend of both of our channels, and mind you, he sent me a message last week, and I told Wayne late. I just told him about it on Wednesday, and a good friend of ours, Chase from Chase's Kingdom, it sent us both over a package, and he had sent me a message last week, asking me, "Hey, could we both open them up on camera?" Well, I found out on Wednesday that Wayne had already opened his, and he already did a video on one of them. I haven't opened mine yet.
So the kicker to that is I still have some stuff that I can open with you when you open that one. So we'll still do that together. But let's throw this up there.
Yeah, boy.
Appreciate it, brother. And all of the super chats will go down in the description below. As soon as this is over, you're going to have to give us 20 or 30 or 40 minutes, something to that effect, and they will go down in the description. So go check these guys' channels out when you get a minute. Truly, truly appreciate it, guys.
So let's get to this chat shout out real quick.
Yes,
I didn't even see it because I keep when I start, I keep the chats all the way up top, so I don't see the new chats that come in. But we have coming in early. We had Creative Mind. What's up, buddy? Thank you for joining. We had Chase's Kingdom in early today. We had the Instigator, Bearded Barbarian Collectibles. We've got our good friend Chris over at K&L Collectibles. We've got a good friend, Jesse Lou Comics and Pops, who did hook both of us up.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
We do want to thank him very much because that's probably the only other ECC thing we did get.
Only one I did.
Jesse Lou didn't get what he was trying to do, so he actually got stuff that we were looking for automatically. So thank you very, very much for that. We truly appreciate that. We've got Andy Roberts, and I'm sure Holly Roberts is somewhere in there. The great family over there in Britain that watches us. We appreciate it.
Speaking of Andy, you won the giveaway yesterday, so I'm gonna have to get that mailed to you. Congratulations, by the way. You weren't there, but I wasn't counting if you were there or not. So congratulations. I'll get that out in the mail to you.
We have Kenneth Bird. What's going on, buddy? I appreciate you joining. Where else? We got Elijah Boy. What's happening? I appreciate you joining us. We got Pop Teed. Pop Teed. What is happening, dude? Who else we got in here?
Did you say K&L Collectibles? K&L Collectibles.
I did say K&L Collectibles. We got our good buddy and my partner in crime for later's video, JKL Awesome.
We got Funko Fabian.
We've got Red Thompson. What's up? I haven't seen you here before. Appreciate you joining. We've got Supreme Pops. What's happening? Of course, we've got Fabian Funko Pops. What's happening, man? Always appreciate you stopping by. And I think I am just about caught up so far. I just had to put this up because I look kind of funny.
I was wondering what he's even talking about. I was confused.
I think that stash has to be a little thicker though.
I got a little stubble there, but I can't really grow any of that stuff. Never. Can you grow a beard? I can't grow a beard.
This is, I trim it, but I've probably done it more, left more facial hair lately because, of course, with the mask, everyone calls it the mask beard. Because at work, I just cover it up all the time anyway. So
it's collecting with red is who Red.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that too. I was thinking that.
I wasn't. So Yesy Lou managed to pick us up some that is the only ones that's going to go in my collection this year from the failed Emerald City, whatever it is that they call that virtual Con 99. You can tell that I'm really excited about the whole virtual nonsense.
I'm right there with you. You could ask Chase. I know a couple times. I think I've jumped in his live, or I jumped into their lives with JKL and Pop T, and I was pretty much bashing the Emerald City Con. It was just garbage. It was garbage. It was. Yeah. I'm still bitter from the whole lottery system in itself.
Yeah. I think the lottery system itself, and to me, I think even if you went back to SDCC, to me that the free for all is much better. At least it's an event. It's like an event. Whereas the lottery system's like, take your turn. They had so many problems just in this lottery system. And we weren't even in it, but just hearing people talk about it from the people who were in it. They had shipping issues where the shipping company would say that they don't ship to your state. So it ended up like California, Texas, Philadelphia. There was so many different Florida. There were so many different states that would just randomly pop up and say that they don't ship to your state. So if you were in there and you got there, then it might bounce and say that they don't even ship to your state. I mean, so then there was that debacle. Then there was a whole Amazon debacle that happened with the Tommy and Billy, to where it like went up for a little bit and then crashed, and I guess it eventually came back up. There were so many debacles this year with the Emerald City. I mean, look, I don't like the system. I'm like you. I think it's bullshit. The garbage, it's garbage. They shouldn't continue to do it that way. It gives all of us other collectors no chance at ever getting them ever. And then when they said that they were going to reserve some of them for everybody else, look, to me that says, okay, well then that gives me still a fair chance to get on there and get them. But then when you get on there and they only have 8 out of the whole group, I mean, well, that's not all of them. I mean,
we're on top of it. I mean, I know Beard is probably the same way with us. You know, most of us, probably YouTubers, probably that go on here. I'm sure they've got a list of us by now that we're just never going to get into the lottery.
I'm convinced they have a blacklist.
We've probably been blacklisted because we bashed them way too many times.
So here's a question for you, right? If they don't have a list going on, why did they have a lottery for the lottery? So remember, they had a pre-lottery. They had a lottery where they sent out and said, hey, if you got to follow this link to be entered into the lottery. And not everybody got that. Not everybody got that. So then us that got that email that got entered into the lottery, they then did another lottery, right? So you had the lottery before the lottery. That was a screening process. That was the process where they said, oh, no, this email can't go. This email can't go. This email can't go. Look, they didn't fool me with the screening process. And Bearded Barbarian probably got us on that blacklist, if we're being honest.
I think it's his fault typically, but because we're associated with the Barbarian, so they're like,
that's right.
Anybody associated with him, we don't get in. Anyways, like I said, it was funny is their point behind doing the lottery was to push out the bots, but yet you still got companies like, if you guys have seen my video today, I was not very happy with this company as I decided to give them one more try, and I completely failed. You got companies like Big Apple Collectible, who you go on their site right now and they're already charging 3 times the cost, 3 to 4 times the cost of these pops, and they got a whole bunch of them. How are they getting a whole bunch of them when it's lottery style?
They're botting it.
Exactly.
I mean, they're botting it. Look,
what's the point of the lottery style if the bots are still getting into the lottery?
When they went to the lottery system, right? So it caused the kids with that software that then turned the software on to making emails, right? So it's not the software people think. I wish people would like really go look at this software. You kind of tell it what you want it to do, and it does it for you. So people says, I need 10,000 emails. So it instantly makes you 10,000 emails. And then it just uses the same password with the however it generates the emails, and you have 10,000. Then you enter those 10,000 into the lottery. Suddenly you have 10,000 like entries into the lottery. Who's going to get in there? The person with one email or the guy that has 10,000? I mean, let's think about that for a minute. The guy that has 10,000 is the one that's going to get in there. It just that look. I bet the companies like the Big Apple Collectibles and the other ones are doing that exact same thing. That exact same thing. That's all they're doing. It makes you get more creative with how you use the software.
Yeah, and that's it. But I'm not willing to go that far with it. You know, if I especially this one. I mean, to be honest with you, did I really care for the most part? No, because more than half that ECC was crap to begin with. So I'm very convinced that this ECC was just about, we'll throw in a couple good ones like the Morbius or something like that, but the rest of it was like, okay, which stuff is not going to sell when we bring it out? Let's put that in ECC.
That is exactly what happened. They said, how do we sell these pops that aren't going to sell? Well, we're going to say that they're a con pop. Well, the con is supposed to be right now. Well, they put it off till December, so we're going to do a virtual con anyways. And we're going to put that little sticker on there. And so, you know, there's other things that are going on now to me that are even more dishonest than what Funko has going on. So did you see that on Mercari you can go buy a sheet of con exclusive stickers so that you could take the stickers off of yours?
Oh, yeah. I don't deal with Mercari because they allow things like that. I mean, even eBay. I mean, maybe you can find stuff on eBay like that. I don't know, but it's scandalous. You know,
it's dishonest.
It's dishonest. It's, you know, that's why I'm very skeptical when it comes to buy. I don't really buy things on eBay or stuff like that. I'll buy from Whatnot because Whatnot does verify all the purchases I go through, but that's about it. But yeah, that's just dishonest.
It's very dishonest, but we should probably get off that one, and you should tell us what awesome mystery box you have picked out this week.
Oh, I did have one.
I know that you got an awesome mystery box picked out.
It's actually been all around. If you guys haven't known, I've actually ordered some, and I'm probably going to order a couple more for this Sunday. I believe they release them every Sunday. It's on the 7th. But this, let me change over these screens. Yep, wrong one. There we go. All right. So Mystery Grail, a lot of different YouTubers have been getting Mystery Grail, and I think these are pretty cool. It's not far off from what I think I've put up there before with Chalice Collectibles. Where they do the one pop Chalice collectible in there. And that's what they do. But this one, they go a little bit higher. They got Mystery Grails. It's one pop per box. I think they usually run, can't remember. They're not much. I mean, they're like $15, I think, for them. I can't remember what I paid last week. And but they're gonna have 1,500 boxes now. The percentage of you getting some of these are a lot smaller because they're doing bigger box runs. They're doing 1,500 boxes on these on 371, where the 2 Mega Grails are going to be Funko Freddy and going to be the Loch Ness Monster.
Those
2
sound
Monster
like
Grails.
Those sound like monster grails.
Plus, they have things like, but they also do things like premium Grails, where you got like the Michelangelos, the Wolverines, stuff like that. And then, of course, you've got other Grails on top of that. So, the chance of you getting those two, the overall percentage of you getting those 2 Mega Grails out of 1,500 are probably small. But they have also designed their boxes so well on the fact that when you open up the first flap, they still have it covered up. So even if, say, you're doing a video and you want to keep it mysterious, it still has it in there. Plus, what I like what they've done too is they do a scratch card redemption. So you get a scratch card, and you can actually use those points it gets to collect up and get different things. So I think it's a very inquisitive, box.
That sounds pretty cool. If you get that Funko Freddy, let me know, because we're gonna have a conversation about that. And
I think
exactly
that Funko
how
Freddy's
fast.
well over $1,000.
Yes, and how fast you sell them. You're gonna have to have a conversation with me about that first. But Yesy Lou.
Yeah, boy.
But he caught that at the beginning, but any and all super chats will go down in the description after the video's over, but you're going to have to let me eat dinner before I get it in there. Thank you, guys.
And mind you guys, I didn't get mine done in time this week. I still got a few things to set up for. I am doing a membership as well. So that'll be ready to go for next week.
We kind of talked about it. Do you want to tell anybody what it's about? Are we going to do like burgers versus?
I don't know. Should we? Now you
can go ahead and tell them. You can go ahead and tell them. Go ahead and tell them.
We're doing that donut time.
Yes, those things.
We're gonna do donut time, so it's gonna.
We're still gonna call it burgers versus
toppings and stuff, depending on how long you've been there, stuff like that. So like I said, it's something fun to do, something to add into there, and again, these things are mainly out there for to help support the channel. Nonetheless, helps us, to be able to, get more stuff to show for you guys online, as well as, eventually help us, increase different things. So that's, it's always fun to do, so that we enjoy it.
I absolutely agree with everything you said, Yesy Lou, and Fabian and everybody else who hits the super chats. We truly, truly appreciate it. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I can't wait to see that donut, though. I think I have an idea as to what the donuts look like, but they're going to be pretty awesome.
Before we bring in our guests tonight, because I know we're going to get into it and I'll be asking him a lot of questions. We have a fantastic guest on. We did just do one guest this week. It wasn't just because I didn't get a hold of anybody. Me and Wayne talked about it. We decided we're just going to do one guest this week, and really get it, because sometimes when we do two, we get kind of rushed to go from one to the next. So we're trying something up different, seeing what we can do, and go from there. But we do have our friend Professor Josh, who has stopped by so far in the chat, come by and talk to us, and go from there. So we'll be able to see what's in his collection. Now, do you have your box that Chase sent you?
I don't have it directly like sitting here with me because I opened it, but there's a few pieces in it that are still mysteries that I was actually going to wait and do live anyways, which was kind of funny when you were like, I know you recorded that today, but and I was like, it's already recorded. Super sorry about that. Already got it recorded, but there is a few pieces that I have that I can open up on camera. So yes, there is a few pieces in there.
Well, let me go run around the corner real quick. I'm going to grab my box. You keep it going real fast, and I will be right back.
That's a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure to keep it going. So, guys, what do you think about TargetCon? How about throw a comment over there real quick and tell me exactly what y'all think about TargetCon? And if you've seen any of my videos that came up in the last week, and I want to say that it was last Monday, you know exactly how I feel about TargetCon. I am still kind of disappointed and upset at what happened with TargetCon, but I did, however, manage to pick up Bullseye, and I got Skeletor on the throne. So at some point here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to take Skeletor off the throne, and then I'm going to paint the throne and do a whole like custom scheme on that. So at some point I will release that one. At this moment, I'm talking about the TargetCon. What did you think about TargetCon?
It wasn't horrible. I mean, I got out early, and I was able to, get some items. And then of course, I think whenever we have a big event like that, that's why I think why I miss SDCC the way they did that was because a lot of us different YouTubers were sitting on there in the chat going, hey, did you get this? You get this? And, we're helping each other out. And, when we did this one, I was back and forth with a couple other people, and Chase was able to snag me a pop as well, and that I wanted to get from my sister-in-law. So I was really thankful for that because my Walmart or my Target didn't get any of those Chandler dressed up as the bunny type thing, and she's a huge Seinfeld fan, or not Seinfeld, but Friends fan, and so I had to get that one.
So there was so much about that pissed me off, and it's funny you said that. So I forgot that Chandler was even going to be in it, but JKO brought it to my attention, I think last week, that they had released that forever ago, that he was going to be in it. So I mean, that one was there. But then we had the Schitt's Creek Pops that I didn't know was going to be in it. That's actually a really cool series. It's on Netflix. So if you've never seen that, you should probably go check that one out because it's about hysterical. But anyways, so there was three of them that
if we're talking about TV shows, have you seen Wanda yet?
Stop. I will.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
So they had the Schitt's Creek in there, but then they had one that didn't come to my Target, which was kind of funny because they didn't all go to every Target, which was just weird. They had another 10-inch Stormtrooper that eluded me again. So I have now missed both the 10-inch Stormtroopers that have popped out here at some point, which is just garbage. So this is what I'm saying that come over in the box that Chase sent me, and there was a whole lot. There was a whole lot of
chimichangas, which I've never seen this before.
I've never seen these either, and there was a whole lot of stuff in that box, Chase, and I truly, truly appreciate that. And that video is not going to drop this Monday, but I think that it's this Wednesday. It should be this Wednesday that's coming up that this video is going to drop. So it should be, if I'm thinking correctly, it's going to be on the Wednesday coming up. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Definitely Wednesday.
Oh, you sneaky little bastard.
So he sent me some really cool stuff. I truly appreciate it. You way overdone it though, but I truly, truly appreciate the stuff that you sent over. It was really cool. Really, really cool. I've never seen these guys before, though, so I'm really excited to kind of get them open. At first, I thought this was some kind of a food, though. I was like, why? How did he send me?
He had me all excited. I didn't have this pop yet, which it's kind of hard to see with the light, but it is the Silver Surfer zombie.
Right.
And I noticed there's a bag in it. I'm like, you little bastard. He took it out. And I got a Wolverine. I mean, it's a cool zombie, but it's a dome, like little zombie in there of Wolverine. I'm like, oh, where's the Silver Surfer?
That is funny.
That's messed up. That is messed up.
He sent you an empty box.
That's messed up.
I like that. That's a good one. That is a good one right there.
So I got two of those chimichanga things, and then some candy in there, and then a Thor hammer.
Yes, he sent me a Thor hammer as well, and I kind of have all this stuff just sitting right beside me at this moment. So he sent me the Thor hammer as well.
He made up for it.
Did he make up for it?
Yeah, he put it in the green.
So he sent me over this guy, which is really, really awesome. This is the first Dorb in my collection. I don't have a Dorb in my collection, but I do now. So this one guy is really cool. It's Deadpool as the sheriff. They have Deadpool in so many different really cool poses. That's one of them that he sent over. And then I don't think that I have them all sitting here. I don't. So I'm just gonna
show this thing real quick.
I'm just gonna work with what I have right here.
Check that. And unfortunately, it is because of the way it sits. It's not an actual bobble, but Silver Surfer, zombie holding his head.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty hot. But yeah, that's pretty sneaky. He got me with that one. I was like, what the hell?
He sent over the domes.
Yeah, I got the. Would you get the Deadpool one?
The Deadpool one. Now I've never seen these guys.
Where did you find those, Chase? I have not seen
really
those
cool.
anywhere.
It's really cool. I don't have a clue where they're at, but it's really, really cool.
I've looked for them. I mean, because I like them. They're pretty cool. But man, that's pretty awesome. But dude, I gotta show this. Check this out. So he has one of these splatter cases. Have you seen these before?
I have seen them. I haven't seen one in person.
They're good for the horror pops, but being that it's a zombie, it's got green splatters all over. I was like, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's cool.
Then we got look. Always worry about how I say this because I know how this is supposed to be said, but I always get concerned that this might get offensive to somebody. So I'm going to show you what it is, and then y'all tell me what the name is, right? Because I know exactly what this name is because Deadpool is like some superhero to me, even though he's not a superhero. Don't say it. I'm going to see if the chat can tell me what Deadpool this is. It's Deadpool blank face, right? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. I always worry if I say that. I always worry somebody's going to get offended. They're going to be like, "Oh,
I just always call that gamer pool."
That's no. Without the mask on, without his mask on, they call it. I'm going to see if somebody drops comment over there, and then we don't have to say it out loud, so I don't have to worry about offending anybody because it's not meant an offense, but you know what I mean.
So you got okay. So these little things are these little.
Oh, is that what that is? I got to see. So did you just open one of these?
Yeah,
you were supposed to tell me you were opening one of these. I could open one of these with you. Here we go. What do we got? Let's see how this thing comes. Right, so that's what it is. So it come in this really cool box right off the jump, right? So we come in this really cool box that come inside the plastic. And now I don't have my little knife right here beside me.
You always gotta have that knife available.
I just don't have it right here beside me. I don't carry a pocket knife because people get concerned when I take it out of my pocket, like I'm going to cut them. So I think it's my face most of the time.
Oh, there's two of them in there.
Is there two of them in there?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what he looks like. So then we have two other little packs inside of that one.
Oh, okay. Okay, now this makes some sense.
All right. So there's
a unicorn with it.
So then there's one pack that this has a sticker in it. Did you get that one out?
No,
so
I didn't get a sticker.
So yeah. One of the packs is going to be flat with a sticker inside of it. So I'm going to open that one up. Ha! I got two stickers inside of it. That's pretty fire.
Oh,
look, that might be the next Wayne sticker. We're being honest. That one might end up being a Wayne sticker. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty dope. All right. So then let's see what else we got right here. So then we got another Deadpool. This one's called Extra. Let's see. How could you not be into Deadpool is my question to people, right? How could you absolutely not be into Deadpool?
It makes you laugh. He makes you smile.
Deadpool makes me laugh all the time, and I need it sometimes, you see. So this one is...
After dealing with ECC, we definitely need to smile.
I think this one is a head. It's going to...
It's like an accessory and it comes with something
No,
else.
it's not. You're joking. These things are pretty badass. This is bringing out. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about? Did anybody throw over there what they thought that face was called? I didn't see anybody throw that over there. So everybody must either be as concerned as I am on saying it, or they're just not going to say it. But it's just Google it. If what they called him without the mask on. So he has a hot dog and something else in his hand there. Say what?
don't think anybody said it.
I don't think anybody said it, so I'm definitely not going to say it because maybe it's offensive or maybe we're worried that it's offensive. Whatever it is, I'm not going to say it. So then we have a Deadpool. I'm not sure what that is on his hand. Do you know what that is on his hand?
No idea.
But this is how we're going to do this.
I actually got the same exact thing twice.
This is how we're doing this. Watch this. Come on, get over there.
I got the same Deadpool twice. Deadpool on a unicorn.
Check this out. This is going to be fire. So then we put the pig mask on him. It goes over his head. Let's see. Get in there. There we go.
That's a cool one.
That's pretty fire right there. All right, let's get this last one opened up real quick, and then we'll get Professor Josh on here.
Yeah.
I see him over there hanging out in the background real quick. Let's get this one opened up. These things right here are pretty fire. I'm not going to lie to you.
They're
I really like
fun.
these things. So I've got like a couple of these upstairs that were probably one of the first things that I got in my collection. I actually traded somebody some of the Funko minis for something that was similar to this. It wasn't the same thing. They had sunglasses and things to that effect that came with them, but it was pretty similar to like these things. These things are pretty cool. So I got another one that has stickers, which is going to become the Wayne sticker before it's over with. They just gave me a new sticker idea. I'm going to have to sit down with my pen and paper and come up with. And then we got we got Deadpool holding the chimichanga, and another Deadpool sticker that are going to go on my wall of stickers here at some point. Let's see. I want to open the extra first though, because that now tells me what I'm going to get when I get the Deadpool out. What do we got here? I got another. Oh, this is the umbrella and the skateboard. So I think this is kind of, these are very similar to the ones that I have upstairs. Very similar. Really cool ones too. Really, really cool ones. Check this out. Check this out. Put the umbrella on him there.
So you guys, I got the same one on both. You got two different ones.
That's pretty cool. Check him out on the skateboard. Yeah, it's pretty far. Chase, we truly appreciate
buddy,
it, brother.
Thank you very much. Again, Chase has got a really awesome sticker too. Chase's Kingdom, thank you very much. Great supporter of the channel. Great guy in general. So thank you very, very much. We do appreciate it. Silver Surfer is awesome. I definitely needed that one. But thank you. We do appreciate it. So I don't know what's been going on in the chat. I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, I got sidetracked too.
I think Slush, our man of many words, had called it correctly.
What does Slush call it?
For what that is called.
Did he call it? I knew that he would. Slush is a bit of a potty mouth. What did he call it?
Yeah, I like it though. I'm all right with Slush being a potty mouth.
What did he call it? I don't see it.
There you go.
I'm missing it somehow. Well, no, that's not what it's called. No,
I don't know.
That's not what it's called.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I like his. We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there, and then I'll tell you later, like after this is over with, what they called it. I'll tell you after this is over. If you want to know, just Google it, right? Because they have it everywhere. If you want to know, like what they call Deadpool without the mask on. But anyways, let's go.
All right.
I can't remember exactly who it was.
We're gonna bring in a friend of ours. Great guy, great channel. It opens up a lot of sodas, and as well as he does a lot of things with Row, as well as Slapshot. Pop and Duo, stuff like that. Has some great stuff, and I want to dig into what he's got in his collection. So we're going to welcome in our good friend Professor Josh. What is happening, man?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. It's Friday. Can't be better than that, right? Friday.
It's always a good day when it's Friday.
It's Friday and it's after work, so
every day's a good day. Every day's a good day.
Well, thank you for coming and joining us, and everything. So I definitely do appreciate it. Now you have a wide array of collection that you have amassed.
I'm definitely a collector of all different things. So some people have very small niches. I don't, and that can be a downfall for me too. Because I see different things. But I love just so many different things. But I think it stems from being a kid. Collecting baseball cards and basketball cards, and then. Like Magic the Gathering growing up and playing that in the early 90s and things like that, that time. And then just, getting into Funko.
That just made it easy.
I mean, I was into Funko probably like 7 years ago or so, but not as a like solid collector, just as like cool things I wanted on my desk at work, or like I wanted on my shelf. Or I love Back to the Future. I got the DeLorean when it came out,
Oh, nice.
that kind of thing is like early on. I got stuff that, who knew it would be worth what it is now, right? You just buy stuff because you think it's cool, and it's $15, it's $30. I want this for my office to hang out. So,
and it's surprising. I know we've talked about it before. How much something small like Funko. We don't. I mean, I go after some things like the zombies to try to collect and try to get up there. But there's sometimes there's a lot of things that you just buy because something is so kind of significant to you. Maybe at some point in your childhood, like the Back to the Future or something like that. Maybe even those great ad icons that have come out, stuff like that. I think it's surprising how much these things will bring you back to a different point in time.
I mean, truly, if you think collectors, the collector is not the market of like kids, right? It's the adults that are the collectors that have the money to spend. Like when I was a kid, I had to mow yards and like do chores and go around places and try to do odd jobs to get money to buy like Magic cards or basketball cards and things like that. I remember working at a card shop for a while, and the lady would pay me half in cards and half in like merchandise and half in cash.
That's a good deal.
Like that kind of thing. As a kid, you hustled for like the stuff you collected. But as an adult, you're like, okay, I can spend a little more. I can buy this and buy that, and have that opportunity. So, but it is like, that's why they produce some of the things they do, that nostalgia point. But also what's popular now and trending now, I'm sure like WandaVision pops are hot right now because it's out. It's a great show and people are going after it. But also then there's stuff like that come out, recent sodas that come out that are like Crash Bandicoot, that's a nostalgia thing for a lot of people that played that game as a kid growing up and those kind of things. So some things cross many generations and some only fit like certain like weird like different niches. Like not everyone's into Hanna-Barbera characters probably.
Yeah.
Right. So it's if you grew up on there. So
yeah, exactly. And everybody's collection is going to be a little bit different. Stuff like that. So I always have to ask this, first question from everybody because I always think, it kind of tells a little bit about where you started. Now we're going to talk about. I know you got a lot of really cool things back there, and you've gone down some rabbit holes that I won't go down yet. Like those tiny ghosts back there. That's a whole different rabbit hole. I know Chris from K&L has been talking me into those forever. But Funko wise, what was your very first Funko that really got you going down that hole?
I'm trying to think. Like my very first Funkos were like Marvel and Star Wars. Really, it's like stuff I loved. Like I loved Star Wars movies. I loved those kind of when they came out. I had the blue box ones because I bought them when they came out. I had some of the earlier ones. And then, I didn't collect for I didn't think of like con pops and things like that back then. And I don't think they're also like, if you didn't go to the cons, you didn't see them in stores and things like that as much. So I was just collecting for things I liked. So Star Wars, I love robots. So I was always getting R2 and C-3PO and things like that. Big fan of FET. So getting those kind of things. Back to the Future, the DeLorean, those are like movies and shows I grew up on. So I always had geeky stuff in my office. Everyone loved coming in my office because I always had like all the, like I'm a big Lego collector too. Mm-hmm. So I had like early Legos. I don't know if you're familiar with Lego Cusco or Lego Ideas, but it's all fan inspired things that become like 10,000 votes and they have a possibility of becoming something, that reality of a set. So one of those was the DeLorean early on. So I was like, I went the DeLorean and then go with my DeLorean pop and like put it together, and it's still in my office now at work. So at work, I still have them together in my office. Yeah,
that thing's definitely high value nowadays.
I'm going to have to ask you what your office looks like, because as I go through downtown in this little town that I live at, they got this 2-story building, and dude took his office and it's all glass in a corner. And he has a stormtrooper that is a life-size stormtrooper that you can see in the all glass. So what does you can only imagine his office must be really Star Wars themed at that point. What does your office look like?
So mine's a mixture of stuff. Like I said, I have stuff that I've moved from office to office too, where I work. So the place I work now, I've been there for about 2-3 years almost. So coming up on, and you know, with that, I've had I have a bookshelf full of like geeky stuff on each bookshelf. I also love art prints and things like that. So like I said, robots, I've done some of my own art and changed them into canvas. I've done other things. Professor Josh has been my brand for a long time. So not just as Funko collector, but as Professor Josh, I did tech and like education and all kinds of things around that. So I've had like different things I've turned into canvases around my office. I have big 10-inch pops in my office and stuff like that. So when people come in, they know I'm a collector of geeky things. So first off, you see all these different things and kind of the style and that. And it's much of like the similar stuff I would have at home, but so I enjoy my time in my office too. And plus people love when they come in the office. Oh yeah, I love that. I'm a big fan of, you know, Star Wars, or a big fan of Back to the Future, or, you know, all these different things that come up in conversations too.
Well, it continues to bring them back to different points in time as well. So
Yeah.
Do you still have a lot of the stuff you had when you was a child?
Not really. You know, I played with my toys as a kid. Like I would take them outside in the dirt, in the underneath, all kinds of stuff. So I would do, you know, they would be in the pool with me. Like I had the G.I. Joe 10-foot battleship at one time.
Oh,
you know, I got it for Christmas.
Aircraft carrier?
So yeah, I had that. And I remember, I think I took it in the pool with me before, because it was just like, I played with my toys, and there's probably toys still buried at like my old house underground somewhere. You'd find like a He-Man or a G.I. Joe or whatever. I grew up in the 80s, you know, as a kid. So I had and the stuff that's a popular pops now, right? We have Transformers, Star Wars, He-Man, all these things that have come back. This is why, because all these people that grew up with them now are coming back, you know, and saying, I want this stuff I grew up with.
Here, one sec, we gotta give this out to our boy Slush.
Yeah, boy.
Brother, we truly do.
So, but yeah, like I said, you know, I was that same way. I was that kid, you know, I play with my toys, stuff like that. I remember I always wanted that aircraft carrier. But my once we found out how large that thing was, my mom was like, "No, that thing's too damn big for the house. We couldn't fit that in the living room."
That thing was expensive even as a kid. I mean, that was an expensive one as a kid. Now it's ridiculously
I saw it at a toy show, like in box still too.
Really?
Like they had the box still for it recently.
Ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. So, and you know, as you know, like growing up though, I still have all my basketball cards, all my Magic the Gathering cards, like all these things I grew up. I still have a lot of them. Like I haven't ever sold them or anything like that. So it's kind of like I don't get rid of too much of that kind of stuff. I keep it when I collect it and get into it. Now, Funko's a little different when you start playing, of course, the mystery box game. So when you play that, you don't get everything you want and want to keep, but you do get some stuff you want. And also it starts you down those other rabbit holes as well.
It does. It does.
So
now I got to find more Deadpools.
Deadpools are great.
Deadpool is plentiful. You don't have to worry about that.
You can never have enough of the Deadpools ever.
So out of your whole collection, what's that one pop that no matter what, even if you had to sell off your collection piece by piece, that one pop that you will just never let go?
There's tons of stuff, but you know, one of my favorite pops that I actually have had, and it kind of actually got me started back into collecting, actually thinking about like value of collection, was probably Russell from Up. So,
okay.
Russell from Up, I originally bought at the store for what, like $9.99 or whatever it was at that time inside the store, you know, whatever retail it is. What is it going at? I think last I saw it was like $170, something like that. So, and that a year ago, it was only maybe $80 to $100. So, you know, couple years ago, I saw it and it was like $70-$80. Wow, this pop's really rising. And I wasn't like, I want to sell it. I love the pop, so I'm not going to sell it. Yeah, it's $175 now, value wise, and they're hard to come by. They're not an easy pop. People don't want to give them up. And I was a Eagle Scout growing up, so I was Boy Scout, so it kind of fit. Like, I love that pop. That's why I originally just bought that one, because I was like, oh, I love this. It's like he's a scout and a little scout, so I had to have him.
That's definitely cool.
That is pretty cool. So I guess I would ask you how long you've been collecting, but I think we already know the answer to that. Probably since you were a child.
I mean, yeah, since I was a child, I had different stuff. Yeah, different baseball cards, basketball cards, Magic cards, toys, all kinds of things.
Are you a Marvel man or a DC?
I'm Marvel, definitely. Like, definitely. You don't want to the whole top area all the way around. We built shelves for it is all Marvel. So, and there's more Marvel out there. So I'm definitely Marvel. DC, I probably more collect like Batman more than anything. I think DC is kind of like, I don't go after as much. No. Marvel, yeah. Some of my nicer Grails and things like that I've gone after are those kind of pieces.
Yeah, I've even gone as far as, because like I said, I'm a diehard Marvel fan. I like when it comes to DC and comic books. I think they've got great storylines. But I mean, I even pulled some Batman, some of those designer Batmans from a mystery box, and I literally looked at them and was like, I have no attachment to them. You know, they don't really fit in my collection. So I'm like, I'm just going to give these things away because I've got no attachment to them.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's hard collecting some of those big lines. You know, Star Wars is another big line that's a never-ending line that you have out there. And there's plenty of things that are like pops that are worth like, you know, $3 out there. Yeah. And then there's things that are worth thousands of dollars that, you know, are the grails that everyone kind of like really would want one day. I don't want to, I never see a completionist in those lines though. Like, they're always going to come out with new stuff. They're always going to come out with more things. They're always going to come out with like sub variants of things and things like that. Those aren't the lines I look to complete. I love completing the smaller lines, older lines though, like TV shows or movies or something like that are like those small lines. Once I get started with those, I go after those.
I kind of grab, because I know like Funko Shop has a tendency to re-release old pops and stuff like that, so I just try to grab those whenever I can find them.
Yeah, I love like older lines. A good example of rabbit hole I went down was Goonies. I happened to get 2 out of a mystery box, and that right away, like about probably a year and a half ago, of like, why don't I have the rest of these pops? So it started down me that rabbit hole pretty quick. And I was able to look out and attain them for a decent price. And I'm glad I did, because I'm looking at the Superman Sloth now. I think I grabbed them for a really good price of maybe $300 or something like that at that time. It was about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Did you say really good price?
Yeah, it was a good price at that time too. And it wasn't too damaged or anything like that. Like, I looked at it, it was not mint condition, but it was in good condition. It's $770 now, and you're not going to find it probably for that.
But see, even for $300 going up to $770, that's a good investment at this point.
Yeah. So
I don't know. That's so how many pops do you have in your collection?
A lot. So the example, the question is, how many pops do I have in my collection versus how many pops do I have too? It's two different, because some stuff that's
a good point.
How many pops?
Some stuff I have in collection, probably close to 2,000 in my collection, or maybe, and that's pops, including maybe also like sodas and other Funko stuff. I have Wacky Wobblers, I have Dorbs, I have, you know, probably more of that line. When you start getting into how many I have a lot more that I don't even count, because they're like things that I plan on selling, or things I bought to sell, or things that I don't really keep in. I don't plan on keeping in my collection. I plan on selling at one point in time, whether it's a mystery box I put out, a one-out auction, a toy show I go to, or anything like that. So there's kind of like those kind of two different things. Like, my collection is very different than what I might sell or have for sale.
Have you kind of missed the whole Comic-Con stuff going on? Were you a big Comic-Con person?
Not really. I kind of hated sometimes those because there's so many people. I mean, it was such a mess sometimes and so expensive. I love smaller toy shows. Like
Yeah, you
when we
definitely got
had
to drop money down on Comic-Cons.
the
Yeah.
smaller cons. I love the kind of smaller cons. We had several. Some have gotten huge. Like we have MegaCon now in Orlando. It's a pretty big one that goes on.
Are you in
So-
Orlando?
I am.
Oh, I'm in Central Florida too. I didn't even realize that.
Yep. I'm in Orlando. I'm about 30 minutes from Disney. So
That's about the same.
Y'all are probably living right beside each other.
Small world. We didn't even know.
Probably
Yeah.
neighbors.
But yeah, so I'm right outside Disney, stuff like that. And I know they're trying to do the MegaCon in August, so I'll be going. I'm gonna go all 4 days and film as much as I can for 4 days.
they're fun and exciting, but they're draining and expensive. So that's the bad thing. Sometimes, like as a collector, I'd rather go to like a toy show. As a lover of geek stuff, a con is fun and exciting and lots of things. As a collector, I'd rather go to a smaller toy show, something that's a decent amount of people where you have enough stuff going on, but you can find deals, you can find older stuff you're looking for. We just had that FunCon event. I don't know if you went to that event.
No, I didn't hear about that one.
But it was down in like iDrive area in Orlando. I had a table there, and it was neat because it was kind of collectors and other people all selling Funko. So that's all it was. So I probably spent almost as much as I sold, going around and looking at different people's stuff because there was good deals to be had. People would make groups of collections. My wife found stuff she wanted, that like lines that she collects that are different than lines I collect. So those kind of things too.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm with you on the smaller ones. I kind of enjoy the bigger ones too, though. I mean, I really like C2E2. I'm really ready for that to come back.
It's just a lot of money, like all those things, like, and food and everything else. And, but it's the people that make it. Like if there's a lot of good people. We've had Star Wars Celebration here in Orlando a couple times too. That's amazing. Like,
unfortunately they were going to try to do it this year, but I think they're canceling it.
Yeah. So
what makes it con for me though is the cosplay.
Oh yeah, I think those are the fun things about it. It's like that geek side of it. Like I don't remember. I bought little things there, but I never went as like a collector to a con. I would, those kind of things. So maybe now I'm collecting a little more too. I might appreciate like finding some really, really rare pieces. But I've been to smaller cons, like smaller things, as a collector and gone after things, but like bigger things, I saw stuff, but I was like, I don't know. You can so many other places you can find things.
So do you go after autographs while you're there? Because I like to go after autographs.
Autographs can be good. They can be. It's nice to get them in person. I've picked up a lot of autographs in this last 2 years, especially this last year with a lot of people doing virtual signings and stuff like that. I find them a little more affordable, and you don't have to wait 3 hours or 4 hours in line. So that's kind of nice too for some of the different ones.
So it seems to me like, I mean, you're more into. I mean, I go all around. I like Funkos, but for me as a kid, I still consider myself. I was a comic book kid.
Okay.
So I and probably maybe getting back into YouTube and doing this has reinvigorated my whole. Time of comic books. I probably spent more time in comic book shops in the past 6 months than I have, before that, since I was a kid. But so it seems to be you're more of the toy guy than the comic book type.
I definitely grew up having lots of different toys and all the kind of genres, and then movies and stuff like that too. It was like movies were a big part of my childhood. I think remembering those kind of things. Comic books a little bit. But, I think a lot of stuff stems from like movies, television growing up, toys that I had. I played a lot outside. I mean, this is when kids played outside all the time, right? Yeah. As a kid, you came home when the street lights came on and stuff like that. Like you just go play with your friends, and, you brought your, you went into the woods and played with your G.I. Joes or whatever else you had. So you kind of had fun.
I was listening, Chris. You were a comic book. I was probably more of an action figure. I really
You were
liked
you
my
were
G.I.
on the
Joes.
toy side.
I
Yeah.
really liked my He-Mans. I mean, I really liked my action figures in my 18 van. I still got the 18 van, as a matter of fact. Dukes of Hazzard car.
Yeah, see, I used to be that kid that would spend hours in a comic book shop. I probably read a bunch of comic books before I bought them. But like I said, I was always in there. But for me, that's why I think that's everybody has a thing they like about cons, and I think that's why it kind of works so well because it works for everybody. For me, I like going around and I like talking to some of the new artists, the new authors, and stuff like that because you get to be able to find some great indie comics, and then on top of it, you can get them to sign them while you're there. So it to me, it's always kind of a nice thing because they're trying to get their name out there as well. So like for me, that's why I like most about Comic Cons. That's what I miss. But definitely, I think this will be the first time I take that back. I did one other small con on the Space Coast that I filmed at, but I think MegaCon this will be the first big con I actually go and film at. If I can get Wayne out there, we're gonna do some live.
Do y'all plan on filming at cons this year? Does anybody do y'all plan on filming at cons this year?
I do.
Josh, do you plan on filming at them this year?
I don't do a lot of like out and about kind of filming as much.
There's anxiety when you start. There's definitely anxiety.
I've done like a lot of different stuff with blogging and everything around that and videos and like kind of sum up stuff. I do that, but I don't do a lot of like out and about kind of like out and about, maybe pop hunting and things like that as much. I might start it. I haven't kind of decided to, but also it's kind of like a weird time to do that stuff as well too. Like when you start a channel during the pandemic, it's not the like thing that you're always out and about, and it's not the same as well too. I mean, I've always been a big theme park person too. Like we go to Disney, we go to Universal, we go to all the theme parks in Orlando area as well. So we're usually out on the weekend with that.
Yeah, I've started filming some of the theme parks and stuff like that, and because I think for me is it's about getting comfortable. And, especially I felt very comfortable even this last time, and I think even being out here in Orlando, there's a lot of YouTubers out here. So I don't know how many times I've been at the park and I've seen people talking to themselves to a camera or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And once you get over that fear that, you're just like, hey, dude, whatever. I'm a guy talking to a camera. It is what it is.
Oh yeah. There's always like, I've had tons of friends, especially doing blogging and that for years that are like Disney bloggers. And, I've done a lot of foodie events and photography and things like that as well. So a lot of different things we've done over the years. I just, I guess it depends on what I want to do like in the future with my channel as well too. Right now how we kind of have it, we're not doing a lot of that type of content.
I don't know if that was a question.
I seen Chase put a question up there, but I didn't know if it was a question or not. I was hoping he was going to reword it at some point.
I'm not sure if that was a question.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to reword it at some point. So that's why I didn't say anything. But I hear what you're saying. Where do you think your channel is going in the future? Do you think it's not going to? Do you think it might move?
I think, as we add different content, of course, it's great stuff. I kind of started, the funny thing is, like, before I started YouTube, I knew I wanted, if I was going to do a YouTube, I was going to do quality stuff and keep a consistent schedule. So what I did with myself before that is actually I started Instagram because I did blogging for years and just got burnt out on it. I enjoyed blogging. I had a pretty successful blog, did that for a long time, but it was the same thing I did for work. So it was like education technology. So at a certain point, I like just got burnt out on doing it and figured, well, I want to do something I enjoy and have fun with. So I started doing Instagram lives. I don't know if any of you, I know Slapshot's in here. That's how I met him, is like through Instagram. I did Instagram lives and did those kind of things and did kind of my show like in one take. Like, let's try this out and see what an Instagram live and what kind of audience. And I said, okay, now at this point, everyone's like, you should do a YouTube channel and you should do it. And I was like, I kind of put it off for a while because I wanted to make sure I wanted to do it. I didn't want to like half kind of do it and kind of put it out there. I wanted to keep that consistency going. So that's one thing. I still do it live every week. I do 9:30 on Mondays every week a live, and now we're doing a joint live where we switch channels for Pop Force 1 every Thursday night. Last night we had like 150 people in there. So every Thursday night we switch kind of whose channel it's on between Slapshot Pops, Rock and Roll, and Pop and Duo, and myself. So like next week it's back on mine. I am enjoying, building that community and all the people I meet, and like starting to, I've traded with, I met over the time, and that kind of community that we built. That's the fun part of it. I think the fun part of, like, I was part of in the community kind of before that, doing Instagram and, even talking to like mystery boxes and those kind of things all before, but then really diving into like the YouTube channel is a whole different aspect of it. And, I dove into it saying, I'm going to keep consistent, put at least 2 videos out every week. I'm going to go Monday and Thursday at least. I'll put out maybe more content. I'll go live every week and stuff like that. So I dedicated myself to that. So
yeah, I mean, I almost think that you have to with YouTube, right? YouTube rewards you for your consistency.
Yeah.
The more consistent you are, I mean, the more people come and check you out. It's just the nature of the beast. But I mean, y'all have really good stuff going on over there. Really, really good stuff going on over there. I think Chase had a question. The question was, yes.
Question is, do you budget your choices, Funko versus other stuff?
Oh yeah, definitely. So you kind of have to look at like what you're spending your money on. What also then, I'm spending money, but also then I have to turn around and what do I sell too? Because, I do whatnot auctions and other things like that. That helps really. I really am glad that came around. Like, I was one of the 4th people, I think, that did a whatnot live auction, and I was selling stuff on like Macari, and then I was like whatnot early days and like, eBay and stuff like that. But I was talking to someone earlier. I was telling them like that takes so much time, and you have to wait and see if you sell something and how it, works. Like the live auction, I enjoyed like so much, and I loved that I was able to get like these things out to people in that like couple hours. Like 100 things like sold in a couple hours is a lot more, and it helps with your budget too.
So how did that work for you? Does that work okay? I mean, doing the whatnot auctions, because my collection now is at a point where I am seriously considering doing something, because I've got to start thinning out the collection just a little. And I think that and it's funny you say you're at 2,000 pops, because I think now I'm hitting around 500, and I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, some of these have to go.
Oh, yeah.
That's only because his wife won't let him take over anymore.
No. That's because I don't want to take over any more room at this point.
It's true. Like, some of my stuff I had to put away. Like, some of my Star Wars stuff I put away to put out more Marvel stuff, but I didn't want to get rid of them. Like, I wasn't at the point where I was like, I'm going to part with these and sell these. But also doing a YouTube channel and doing mystery boxes, we get a lot of different stuff, and you get stuff that you don't want, and you can sell. And
I just got a whole box of 10 of. I kept one item out of it. There's a whole box of crap.
Yeah, and it's not always crap too. It's just stuff like, okay, I got this pop that's $50, but doesn't really fit my collection. I need I would rather sell it and get $50 back and then be able to buy another box that I have a chance at getting something else for my collection, or something, even better. So
I keep telling Wayne he's definitely got to check out whatnot, especially for his auction, stuff like that. I think, if he put up, I don't know what the rules. I've never done an auction on whatnot, but I think he'd go over real well on doing an auction on there.
I think at some point I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I say also, if you haven't sold anything just in general on there, try the selling process in general on there. I find it so much easier just to sell, because you don't have to do live auctions. You can sell stuff too. Yeah. So check out that selling process on there, and that's a good way for you to also you have to prove that you're a good seller. You can send stuff and people don't get damaged pops, and you put bubble wrap around your Funko before you send it somewhere, or whatever you're doing. Put in a nice box.
I got lucky that my wife takes care of all the selling. We have an eBay store that we've had for a while, and she sells everything there. I just tell her, here's eBay product. Here you go. I don't want this.
My concern is, I know collectors, because I am a collector, and I know how we feel about certain things that we collect. And these boxes are a huge issue to a lot of people. So when you were selling them, did you have any issues with the boxes? or was it all pretty much understood that it might have a ding in it somewhere?
The nice thing about one thing about selling just on general and whatnot is you take a picture of every side, top, bottom, everything. So you have to submit that, and then you submit what is the, like, is it, is it mint, year mint, good? And then you can also take pictures of any damage on it. For a live auction, the great thing is you see what you get. So if I'm going to say, here's this pop, here's the condition of it, I can take it out of the protector or whatever. I can show you what it looks like right in front of it. You know what you're getting. Yeah. Where sometimes on eBay, you buy something, you might have one picture of the front of the pop that's kind of like, here you go. This is the...
Well, it depends on the seller too. Like I said, my wife, she's good because we're not trying to scam her, but we just want to be honest. But she'll take if it's damaged, because she knows just as well, how picky us as collectors are. And so if there's damage, she takes pictures of the damage, put it on there. And then every now and then we'll get somebody like, hey, can you give me another picture of this? Sure, I'll send you another picture, or whatnot. So she kind of tends to all that stuff, which is fantastic. And my wife and Wayne other than the one package that I packaged up for Wayne once before, my wife does fantastic at packaging up these pops. I don't think we've ever had a complaint. Now, the one I sent for Wayne definitely was never going to get damaged.
Yeah, I mean, it had enough duct tape on it. I mean, we could have secured a jet on an airplane somewhere with it. I mean, probably cost you $90 in duct tape, more than the.
No, that was a single roll, brand new roll of duct tape, by the way.
Probably duct tape brand too, $8 roll. Professor Joss, what do you have? You have anything going on this week, coming up next week, 10 weeks from now? How far out do you film? Anything going on?
We always have something going on. So tomorrow I'm doing a video, dropping a video. It's going to be actually a couple autograph pops. So autograph pops that I picked up. So I'm going to have those. Monday is typically a bigger mystery box, so have that going on. The cool thing about Mondays is we started doing premieres. I don't know if you guys have ever tried out premieres yet on your YouTube videos, but you can watch them live with other people and chat about them. So since I already did a Monday night 9:30 p.m. live, I said, why don't we go premiere after the live? So I keep my live to 1 hour, and at 10:30 we do the premiere of the Monday video. We all get to watch it together. So it's kind of fun, different. Monday's live is going to be fun because it's going to be the Soda King versus the Soda Sensei. So I'm the Soda Sensei versus Rock and Roll the Soda King. We're going to have an all-out soda battle. So
that sounds like fun.
Yeah,
him and I message back and forth from time to time with weird little things, but he's a great guy. In fact, I think now pretty much everybody on your show, I think, has been on this show at one point.
Everybody.
Oh yeah. I think everyone has. So I know what Slapshot and Joanna were on, right?
Yeah, they've been on, and so has Vince has been on. Unfortunately, Vince was out here like last week and in Orlando, and I didn't get a chance to meet up with him.
So I got to meet up with his family actually a couple times. We went to the parks together, and then we surprised everyone, and we did our Pop Force 1. I was live with him at their hotel. So cool.
I didn't realize until, because if he would have told me last Sunday, I wasn't doing anything on a Sunday, and he's like, oh, I've seen pictures on Instagram that he's at Disney Springs. I'm like, man, you could tell me I would have met up with you.
Yeah, they had a couple days like at the parks planned. I was like, I have an annual pass, so let's go. I'll meet up with you guys. I'll help you out to get free parking in the morning or whatever like that too. So we can go travel over there. But yeah, it's really cool kind of meeting all these different people in the community too. Mm-hmm. You know, I do small toy shows and stuff like that sometimes around here too. So it's neat meeting some people that are in there. It's weird. Like, I think I went into a GameStop the other day, and this guy's like, I think I know you. You're on Instagram, right? And you know, I've gotten that before doing like blogging and education and stuff like that. But it was kind of weird. Like GameStop, he had his son with him or whatever. He's like, I think I buy stuff from you on your whatnot or your auction on your Instagram and that. So it was like, I bought stuff from you before. So
that's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool. Meeting like different people, different collectors in the community. We have a really good community.
We do
overall. So, a lot of people help each other out and do some great things.
So yeah, definitely, and I think that's what we found with we've been able to meet so many great people, especially doing these types of segments, stuff like that, and bringing people on. We've definitely met some great people in the community, and a lot of us are all willing to help each other out from one in one situation or another. So I think that's what's fantastic about this community, and we've got some good people in here.
Yeah, definitely.
So. Anything else, Wayne? You got any other? Did we miss any questions?
No, I think we're good.
By the way, I know that we have said. I think Wayne said in the chat. If you guys did have any questions, please go ahead and ask for Professor Josh. He's a great channel. If not, hey, he's on Instagram. Please hit him up on Instagram. Definitely get it on there. For some reason, I space. I think I made my description ahead of time, so I will go ahead and revise that information. I have all Professor Josh's information in there. But if we have any mods up on either of the chats, please put a link to Professor Josh's channel and hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already for him, and then also hit him up on Instagram if you can. Yeah, it's great. We got fantastic. We got Chase, we got Jesse Lou posting up out there, as well as JK. Man, we got some great mods.
Mods for days.
It's always good to have good mods when you're doing live.
It
always
Makes it so
mods.
much easier. Definitely. Always appreciate them.
So again, you guys are doing. I thought you guys used to do the lives on Fridays.
So Pop Force 1 is always on Thursday night at 9 p.m. So Thursday 9 p.m. we just rotate channels between the four of us. So
that's why I never get to watch them, because I work third shift. So I'm always
okay. Yeah. So they're fun. We had a fun night last night. We did a soda battle. We ended up opening like 4 mystery boxes of soda. So we just started cracking open sodas, and they're addictive once you start cracking them open. So we were like, we'll keep going. So I pulled a couple chases. I was happy. So that's always good.
That is good.
You always walk away happy when you pull a couple chases, especially out of a mystery box where you get like 2 sodas and you're not buying better in your chances when you buy 3 or 4 sodas or whatever like that. But when you get like one of each different one, you never know what you're going to get. So
exactly. Well, buddy, thank you very much for joining us, and definitely keep in touch and stuff like that. But keep making good videos, and I think everybody here will continue watching.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. You guys
Josh,
have a good weekend.
You coming on, brother.
Yes,
you too.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good.
Hey.
All right, man, that was fantastic. Like I said, I think that was a little less stressed on time, stuff like that. So who knows? We'll definitely get into it a little bit more. But you guys got to thank you guys on the side. You guys are always great to add into there, as well as we got some great mods that are able to put some stuff on there.
Well, I really think that bringing one guest on gives them an opportunity to talk a little more about their collections. I mean, look, I didn't know that his collection was so diverse, and that's really awesome. I'm still a little upset about the G.I. Joe that got put in the pool at some point. But
that thing's huge, though.
It's so big. It takes up so much space.
Could you imagine what that thing costs now if it's still?
Yeah, they're a couple $1,000s if you have them now. I think that I've seen one go up to 10. I mean, they're expensive if you have them right now and you have all the pieces to them, but they take up god awful amounts of space.
That was the thing. That was back when toys were actually more lifelike than, they were a mess and compared to what you get nowadays. But I remember, especially G.I. Joe and He-Man, you had those big monstrous castles. And
I still do
things. Oh, you still got them? I couldn't tell you where any of them ever were.
See you had the He-Man castle and the Skeletor castle. Yeah. At some point, everything will be done, and I'll do a big unveil at one time. At some point, well, brother, what do you have going on tonight? Anything going on tonight you want to talk about?
We got something fantastic. Well, no, actually, I'm going to rephrase that entire saying. I don't know whether it's fantastic or whether it's stupid, but a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of both. Either way. We, JKL and I, we are going to be doing the Atomic Wing Challenge from GameStop. We're going to try to eat 10 atomic wings. I think he's going for boneless. I'm a originalist. I gotta have the bone in. But nope. But Chase, no, I've never done it. I won't. Sometimes we do Pepto tablets, but
you definitely should.
only hard part is I don't coat with Pepto or anything
You
like
should.
that. I got some milk downstairs, and that's about all I'm going to work with.
Look, I like my stomach, so I have to coat with something before I eat god awful hot stuff. I mean, it's just being sane.
But like I said, it should be fun. We'll see. The last challenge we did was an epic fail with our burger challenge. So where I think we're both about to throw up on camera. So it should definitely be interesting. So we'll see. I haven't seen JKL. He's popped in there from time to time. So hopefully he is ready to go with it, and it should definitely be fun. But and then I know you have a date with Wanda after this. So
yes, I got a date with Wanda after this. I'm gonna have to sit down and watch WandaVision, and then I'm probably gonna be upset. But don't say a single word. We're all gonna have to like come back later after we eat and watch you and JKO punish yourself as always.
Yep. So yeah, like I said, we'll definitely get in there, guys. If guys have not checked out, definitely season finale of WandaVision tonight. And then come back and see us tomorrow because we're gonna have. I think we're going back to normal time tomorrow, aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah, normal time tomorrow, 3:30. We've got a fantastic panel. This is off of Wayne's channel. We have a great channel of talk about the panels. We're going to talk about WandaVision and talk about what we think is going to happen, what did happen, and everything in between. We're going to find out if any of our predictions from last week were right. I know mine wasn't, but I'm just gonna say that now. But
Stop.
But definitely, if you guys haven't watched it, get on and watch it, and come on and check us out tomorrow with JKL, JB, Wayne, and myself.
It's gonna be fun.
Fantastic time. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs. We bicker. We debate. And we go from there. It's a great group of guys, and I think we'll have a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
So, other than that, guys, I want to thank you guys all for coming by, hanging out with us, checking out, and talking to Professor Josh. As always, guys, enjoy
I'll
your
hit
night.
that video if you want.
Oh,
Have a good night, guys.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. We've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.